What's up, everybody? I hope that you guys are doing well. I'm doing well myself. Please go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. In good faith that I will continue bringing you great content. So last week I told you guys I wanted to talk about the Sig 1911 Tac Ops chambered in 9mm. Okay, so I've been shooting this particular firearms for maybe I took it out once or twice, so maybe a total of, I don't know, 50 to 75 rounds through it. And I'm not going to go into a whole dissertation about this particular firearm because it is new to me, but it's probably old to a lot of you guys. There are a billion YouTube videos on this already, so I'm sure you can go there and get a lot of the information on specifications, etc. So I just wanted to talk to you about shooting a 1911 for the first time. Now, some may say that this is not truly a 1911 because it's not chambered in 45 caliber, but for me, it's a 1911. So, and this is the 5-inch barrel here. So I shot this, and when I first picked it up, I said, wow, that is a lot of gun. It's long, it's very, very heavy. I'm not even sure how much it weighs. I didn't put it on the scale, but I'm sure you can find that in the specifications. But it's heavy. And one of the biggest things that I noticed was, number one, the grip safety on it, which I thought would bother me, but it didn't bother me at all. I actually didn't find it disturbing when I went to go shoot it. And the other thing that was obvious was the trigger. Now, in a couple of my firearms, I have aftermarket triggers, so those are considered better than factory. But when I first shot this, I love the trigger. Now, the higher end 1911s, I'm sure, have a trigger that is butter. But I haven't shot those, so I have no clue how it compares to this particular trigger. And I heard that it will blow this out of the water. But again, I haven't shot those. I've only shot this one, and this feels amazing. I mean, the gun is unloaded. I already did a safety check, but I don't even think you can get the real justice of this trigger. I mean, it doesn't do it justice on video. You have to literally go and try this. But one of the other things that I did like about it were the grips, and how, I don't know if you can see that, those grips are checkered in the back and diagonal on the sides. Okay, now they look amazing. They really do. But when shooting, I'm not so sure. Let me tell you why. So I'm left-handed, and I'm gonna try to do this where you can see it. I know it's gonna be a little difficult, but I'm gonna try to have it make sense for you. So my right thumb, which is my support thumb, and probably most of my viewers, it would be your left thumb. My right thumb ended up getting very raw right here. And what happened was, as I was, let's see if I can show you, as I was shooting, okay, so I'm here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if it's because the grip kept allowing my hand to slip down like that. Put my little hood back on. It like allowed it to slip down like that. I'm not sure why, but it was rubbing against this part. Now, as I'm doing it now, it's not a big deal, but in the middle of shooting, it's extremely annoying. And it's a nuisance. And I'm not sure why that was. So what I did was I adjusted it where I put my thumb up just a little further, if you can see. And so it didn't bother me again. So I don't know what that was about. I don't know if it contributes to the grip and how I wasn't able to get a good purchase on it the first time around. But once I corrected the grip, then I was able to not irritate this part of my thumb, and I was able to get shots downrange. And I'll show you a little bit of video footage of me shooting. But that was really weird to me. Also, if you're right-handed, you may have a few problems with the controls right here. They're a little sharp, but I'm not sure if that's because, you know, this is a lower end 1911, not like Rock Island or anything, but just a little different than, you know, a Wilson Combat or a Dan Wesson. So, but it is a little, it's still, don't get me wrong, it's still very well made. It is an amazing piece. It's an awesome range gun. It's just probably not as finished as a, again, Dan Wesson or, you know, a Wilson Combat or something like that. But the sights were amazing, and I don't know, they have like these night sights on them. I don't know if you can, actually I don't want to point that myself. I don't think this is a good angle for you guys, but the night sights are really good. This is a flat shooter, probably because the barrel is so long on it. The hammer was easy to access, and it has like a little dip in it. So when you know, when you go put your thumb on it, it kind of just fits right in there, and I really like that about it. So the fit and finish is pretty well done for a you know, a lower, I don't want to say lower end because it's really not lower end, but I guess for it to be in the price range that it is, and not necessarily a Dan Wesson or a Wilson Combat, you know, it still has a pretty good finish, and it's a beautiful piece. It really is. The other thing that I wanted to mention was that there was some speculation that the mags had issues and it caused the shooter to have malfunctions. I didn't have any malfunctions with this gun at all, but I will say, when I went to go load this mag, something about the follower and the spring only allowed me to load about 7 or 8 rounds. I couldn't get the last 2 or 3 in there. And I'm not sure what that was about. Like, it wouldn't, I don't have a round, I don't have a dummy round, but I would load it and it wouldn't push all the way back. It would stop here. And so therefore, you know, the round was sticking out. So obviously I couldn't get it into the mag well, but I'm not sure what that was. And I brought 2 mags with me, even though it came with 4. In both mags, it was very difficult to get all the rounds in. So I'm not sure what that was about, but I know it does have some history of having issues. And because of that, when people shoot, they have had malfunctions. So I'm not sure what that was about, but as far as I'm concerned, I didn't have any malfunctions, but I couldn't get 10 rounds in here either. So I don't know, maybe I'll play around with it a little more and maybe sit some rounds overnight and see if that helps it. So I'm not sure, but anyway, that was a concern for me as well, because now I'm only getting like 7 or 8 shots. And I think in the video you'll see me, I think I only get about 7 shots or so. I can't remember, but it certainly isn't 10. And so that was an issue for me. But the checker grip back here and in the front it's not really, well, it is, I guess it, yeah, I guess it's checkered. It's a little, the rear grip is a little different than the front grip, but nonetheless, it's really good. And the safety lever, it works pretty well. It's a little stiff, but nonetheless, it works really well. And so, you know, that's obviously the safety is on. And then for me, when I hit it with my left thumb, you know, then I can fire. I don't want to go into a lot of depth about it because you can get a lot of those videos on YouTube, and I don't have that much experience with it to offer more of a informed review other than my just basic opinion of it. But so far, I would say 9 out of 10. I mean, I just really love it. I mean, the action is obviously a lot smoother than it would be on my polymer frame guns, and obviously, you know, the barrel is different and the guide rod and all that stuff is different. So of course it's going to have a smoother action, but I enjoy it. I liked it. Have you guys tried this out at all? I know I'm new to the game, but I love it. It's heavy as hell, but I love it. Also, I don't know if you guys have heard about all of the gun gun channels in jeopardy of being shut down because a lot of them go over polymer 80 frames and bump stocks and 30 round mags, and you know, they tag affiliates who sell those items. So I guess YouTube issued a new policy saying that you basically can't show that stuff in your videos anymore, and if you do, you are liable to be shut down. So I don't do that in my videos, so I don't think I'm in danger. But if it does happen, I mean, then it happens, and I guess I'll just revert to my other hobbies that I enjoy: fishing, golfing, riding bikes, a little poker, but I definitely wouldn't put poker up here. But I guess I have to resort to something else. But I don't think my channel will be in jeopardy. I think it's the bigger channels that really have gun knowledge well above my level. I think they are more in jeopardy. And that does suck because I rely on those channels. I love those channels. No, I haven't built anything like a polymer 80, or I don't care for bump stock, so they could do whatever with that. But the teachings and the information, the in-depth reviews, I really enjoyed those, and so I hope those aren't in jeopardy. But you never know. I mean, I know YouTube has some political affiliations with a lot of, I don't know if they're anti-gun or just anti-2A or what. I just know that they're not really filling the 2A community, and so because of that, they changed their policy. I'm not sure if you guys know about that, but we'll see what happens in the future. But again, I don't think that it'll jeopardize my channel because I don't get into all that bump stock and building guns and building rifles. I don't do all that. So I think I'm okay, and I'll stick around for a while, you know, and if, like I said, if something happens, then we'll make adjustments and we will go forth and be great. All right. But anyway, enough of that. I hope you guys get an opportunity to try one of these. If you do, let me know. If you have, put it down in the comments, and let me know what you're up to. All right. So I hope that was enough for you guys. Let me know how you feel, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.